Look at that. The connection again. StreamYard. Come on now. We're going to have to switch this over to YouTube. I'm going to have to go get my phone. My phone's data works just fine, but the Wi-Fi. Okay, there it goes. I think it's going. Episode. Didn't necessarily want to go live. I was actually kind of in the mood to be taking the week off, so I'm gonna be slowing things down, be changing up my schedule completely. So I'll actually probably have a lot. Hopefully this gets better. I've been using it for 2 years, so it's worked so far. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's lagging. Okay. Damn. What you doing to me, son? Let me see if I can go live. On the channel as we move forward as a collective, and there's going to be a lot of things that people are going to see as their reflections and things like this. Yeah, see, okay, what is wrong with you? Do I got to get like a more powerful, I'm gonna get it. Too much energy, dude. Yeah, I'm coming from another realm. More and more and more and more. The more I focus, the more I expand. Talk about reflections. Connection excellent. It says excellent on YouTube. Hold on, if I click on it, can I? No. Yeah, for YouTube on the desktop, you always need some streaming software. But if I go get my phone, all right, listen, I'm going to be back. And then if you guys, I'm going to just leave StreamYard like this, all crazy, so that it's on you or Facebook is the other one. So for Facebook, but I'm going to get my phone and then get on YouTube so that this works for at least one connection. Okay. I'm back. Hey, Facebook. Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm actually like gonna go live on my phone here because the connection is like not doing well. So go live. How do I join the live? I'm like in the live. Yeah, right there, live. That's me. See? Wait, am I gonna smile? Because there's a delay. There goes. Okay, hold on. How do I join it? It's still me. It's still the same account. StreamYard seems to be okay right now. Otherwise, all right. So I have to start a whole brand new live again. Let's see if StreamYard keeps going. Yeah, we got to talk about reflections, guys. There's going to be a lot coming. What I'm noticing with the collective is that it's just stepping into a lot of what it realizes is of itself, and yet does not realize that it is of itself, right? So we got to get into the reflection area because I think this is a big, well, it is a big milestone type of point, right? That once people can begin to understand truly their reflections, their dreams, their minds, okay, um, we're all in this place. Why, the world is the way it is, this, that. It's all because of what we do, what we think, what we this. People are going to have to realize a lot of things that go against what they've been thinking this entire time. And we are going to have to be those reflections for them, right? As we've been already for like our whole entire lives. And if you think about how it's been, like, it was a little tiny bit, right? We didn't get no play. We didn't get no play. Okay. Nobody, because there's too many people listen to, I get it. I'm not blaming nobody, right? You know what I'm saying? We didn't get no play. Everybody thought what they thought. Everybody was doing the best that they could based off everything they knew. Clearly, you're the older, right? Like, well, it starts when you're little, right? I think that's important too, is giving the time to connect with the children, and obviously things like this, and give them all their play, right? Give them their time, give them their, the attention that they need, because that's where it comes from, all of the things that everyone is, right? And so they're going to start to see those reflections, and they're going to start to see those in you and in the world and in the this and in the that, because it's like, so, and a good example that came to me is, we say the outside world is a reflection of your inside world, right? And yes, this is definitely true. And there's a level to that we have to understand, but we have to, another big piece, thank you, is the understanding of the levels of the dimensions, right? That there is like talking on different dimensions, but the idea that, you know, your reflection, if you're in the summertime or winter or whatever time in the northern hemisphere, and then you take a plane trip and then you go to the other hemisphere, it's going to be a different, season, the complete opposite, summer and winter, right? Or whatever, first or fall, spring, whatever. But and that's not a reflection, okay, of like, you know what I'm saying? So when people are going through their reflections, this is cycles and cycles and cycles that we keep going through, any of us, right? It's so you can learn how to just stay in the middle. It is because it's not that you don't want to interact either, right? It's that you stay in the middle just so that you can see what it all is, having a clear perspective, clear mind, clear. Yeah, up here, I'm upstairs. Um, and that's what we always talk about, having clarity and knowing and this and that. It's very simple. If you just step back, if you think of meditation, you think that, they say animals meditate, right? Like they'll I don't know, they'll eat, and then they just go and they sit. They got nothing to do. They're just going to go sit, digest. They're going to go through their body, their mind, their just so the whole thing, and they're just going to think about what's next. They're not getting told what to do. I shared a Sadhi Guru one where he was talking about how the children like are not twisted. Like, you're twisted. You twisted yourself in order to fit into society, right? And um and your kid is literally like, basically, you were saying, like, life itself, like unbridled, you know and we keep saying that they're wrong. It's like, no, they're right. I don't know, that's how I was getting me into, I forget what else he said, I don't think, but this purity that everyone is seeking, that this is why we all, I say it to everyone, like, we all know what's going on, okay, right, no matter where you live, but it's like we don't want to admit it, this way, that way. It's like, well, in America, right, it's like, Republican and Democrat, it's conspiracy and not conspiracy, and it's like the CIA literally had a thing to, a whole movement, a whole mission, an objective to smear. Is it smear? Is it with an H? To smear. What is it? What did I just say? Conspiracy theorists, right? Like, I was saying, I shared earlier, that it's like, when we realize, when we really put it into the place that it exists in, which is the concept that the media is controlled by corporations, not our government, right? And, it's not like, so people say, oh, it's the truth. No, they're under zero obligation to tell you or me the truth, so it's like, just like spiritual stuff. It's like the point of all this, reflections and what you see and where you see it and how you see it and what it all means to you, right? Does it mean that you hate your neighbor because you guys disagree, or does it mean that you guys actually both have something to talk about, right? But now they're trying to go after talking. You can't talk nowadays. Soon it'll be right. So it's already online. Then what are they going to do? Go for the bars? Yeah, you're not going to get that one. There's going to be too many guys at the bars talking. You know what I'm saying? And then but what I'm getting at with reflections is then so we see, okay, that's a good thing. So we see the guy, and then we say, okay, look at what he's saying. So he obviously must be going through this or this or this or this. So we live in the reactionary, where we see something, we do something, we react, whether it's the guy or whether it's even people seeing the guy, they're seeing it, they're reacting, right? And so we're like slowly learning to like become more smart. And I don't want this to sound any way, but other than where I'm going with this, I don't know how else it is. And it's like, we have to realize that we have to get over the fact that, oh, this guy just needs help. Yeah, man, maybe he needs you to go up to him and be like, bro, what's up? What's on your mind? Blah, 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 blah. Get all of that out. I'll buy you a drink, and it's all good. You know what I mean? That's why, what I'm getting at with reflections, and this is key, is that it's like, no matter what generation, right, you come from, no matter what you think, no matter what we all have to get over that as people and realize that we all know it, right? Like, so I've been saying, I like to reference when I was 3 years old, and, moms said some people believe in Jesus, some people don't. And then so I was just like, okay, and it was before preschool. I went to preschool as just 4 years old. So I was like 3, maybe 4. Maybe I had just turned 4. You know what I mean? I was waiting for the next round or something, but of school. But like the concept that you get it, I get it, we get it, right? And we say people don't get it, right? Like I say that a lot, but I mean that, right? That's a relative to the dimensional level that people are at. They might not get it consciously, but I know they get it as a soul, right? And that can almost be a trip, because I laugh about that joke with spirit. Oh, look at everybody else as their higher selves. Okay, I do, but I'm not going to bet on it. It's like, I see you and your higher self, but that ain't what you know what? It ain't coming out. You're human, whatever your avatar. Not yet. It doesn't mean I don't want to help you get there, right? But it's like, it's this concept, like I said, I talk on the show, been there, done that, right? I've mentioned that, right? We've all heard that before. It's like, yeah, I know you have. Guess what? I have too, since I was 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, because because there's a reason I'm asking this in the first place. There's a reason, I'm on to something, right? Like personally, like I would say, so everything. And so, okay, so reflection. So what I'm getting at is being aware of the fact of what you're saying and how it's going to reflect, right? So that's where I've always lived. For example, so I've always said things, and then, like, and again, I won't say things just to like ruffle the boat, but I will say things to like test people. For example, where you're at, is a good example, because it's like, I'm always, did I say in the show where I said I was in junior high and I said, I'll never use my abilities to manipulate whatever. I had no idea what I was talking about, but it just a thought that came into my head. And then I went on to class. Don't remember anything else, right? But I remember that moment. I don't know what class I went to after that. I don't really know where. I know where I was in the school, in junior high. But it was like, it's not like it's just something I can do. It's the recognition of the awareness of a level of consciousness where it's like, okay, yeah, like I already get what you want to say because I can feel the energy right now off of you, right? This leads into the telepathy. Okay. Like where I can already tell how the whole thing. Now that doesn't mean that I'm going now, and this is what I say about the higher self, looking at somebody, where are they at? That doesn't mean that this is exactly what you mean to say, or that why you're saying this is because, it's like if I share music or a song or something, somebody listens, oh, is that how you feel? Well, no, because every lyric and every song is not perfect. You didn't write the song yourself. You know what I mean? So there's not every, they're going through what they're going through in the music, and they made the song for, so it's like, but again, we see a Facebook post still. I thought we were over that, guys. We see a Facebook post or whatever, or an Instagram post, and then we think that like that's all somebody is. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know what I mean? How could you say that? It's like, well, if you really want to know why, we could hop on the phone and talk it out, And that's what a lot of this needs. That's why freedom of speech, all this censorship, like has to go, or they're trying to, get rid of it. My hair, I gotta get my hair cut. I think I'm gonna go back to just making it spiky again. I don't know if I liked it to the side. That's a work thing. It's just kind of like, oh wait, am I going the wrong way? There we go. Hi. All right, hold on, take a break. Yeah, today's been, and if I mentioned earlier, just wanting to take the week off. But that's a good thing, because that means I got time. There's a reason behind it all, guys, and I'm excited. So you'll probably see more of me, like I've always wanted, like I've always talked. You see how you talk about it, like I want to manifest it. What do you mean I wanna? That means you don't have it, so it's not gonna. So then you say, okay, so I am, right? I'll be live every single day. I'm probably not, but Spirit said I should. Right? Just like going to, it's a reflection of me because it's summertime. Yeah, but if I go to down south, it's, or whatever hemisphere, it's going to be wintertime. So it's a reflection of you, but people need to really, 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 really get into their levels of understanding of what their reflections are and why they're there for them, and even going beyond them, doing the work, the shadow work, to this, that. That's where you go beyond it, like where it's like, I mean, the surface levels are of it all, of the basic, right? Like, how long do you want to stay in the basic before you're like, okay, it's time to get out of the basic? Now, this is when another level of difficulty will set in, but your guides, your soul, you won't give it to yourself if it's too much. Excuse me, I'm burping. I was trying to build it up into one. And you'll get your levels, it'll level off, so you'll want more, you'll ask for more, you'll get more, and then it'll level off, but then you got to go up to the next level, and so once you start to detach, right, from your reflections, you have to understand, like the birdie, you let it go. You're going to let it go again. You're going to let it fall. You're going to let it settle. Cycles, right? Cycles aren't bad just because they're bad cycles, right? Or whatever, or good cycle, right? It's a cycle's a cycle, right? The more you get on your cycle, the more reflections you're going to get, and you're going to understand, right? This is what's going to happen for a lot of the world, most of the world. And then you still have to go, in a sense. You still have to keep going. It doesn't stop. And then you detach. You don't detach completely, right? It's like this. It's like Spirit said, right? Thank you. Shout out. it's like they say, when they say, after this life, as a soul, as a spirit, as a being that remembers all its history, that's like all this blah blah blah. This is just going to be but a blink of an eye, of a memory of a time that we were here, like however many years. It's really not that long in the all of creation and the entire universe. So what was I originally saying? Okay, that was fun. I went too far. Um, so as you detach, right, you'll detach, and it doesn't mean that it's less real or more real or justified more, or just, what I mean, like, don't justify this or justify that. It just is what it is. But you have to keep detaching, as you keep detaching, like, remember that you're not detaching because you don't want to know. You're not detaching because, like people say, oh, you're seeking escape, right? Escapism and blah blah blah. It's like, no. It's like, I need a break. What I mean? It's like, right? you know, Especially like I said earlier. Okay, so if kids are the like free and unbridled life, how it's supposed to be, and I've been training myself to fit into society. Otherwise, I go to jail. Type of stuff, whatever. Right? The loony bin. You know, it's like, this is ridiculous right now. So I just need a break, and then you want to, and you'll realize that it's not that you exist within all the stuff, the wheel. You exist outside of it. You just have to take the time, right? You just have to go there. You just have to go. So I would say, go for a walk, go for a, sorry, I shake the camera. Go for a hike, go for a bath. That's why I always say baths, right? Because that's something we can all do. Hopefully we can, find a bath or a hot shower. Just forget it. Forget about it. And even though it might not seem like that's who you are in that 5-10 minutes of shower, um, that's more of who you are than who it is that you have to now be as soon as you leave the shower. Now it's time to go back out there and try to make the world a better place, right? That's exactly right. That's what we're all trying to do. And so it gets, I think I got shave. Oh no, there we go. I got hair. Ew. It's like, the concept of doing this work for free versus not. So one thing that came up, and I'll shout out to cryptos. You guys know I'm into cryptos. And one thing that was said was, it's kind of, or that dawned on me from talking with some friends, was like, the idea that, if cryptos are going to be freeing the world, then it should be free, and not like, again, we're probably getting ahead of ourselves because we don't live in that world, so we have to get there, right? But the concept is that, like, all of this stuff, spirituality, whatever, it's going to make us free, blah blah blah, then that would equate to us living in a world where we're all sharing our spirituality and our gifts and our this and our right. So we have to keep like pushing for that. But until we get there, we all need to survive somehow, right? So it's, and that is illuminates what it is that the world is going through, right? Like, the idea, and even on an individual level, whatever, the idea of being something new or doing something new versus being comfortable, that at least you got what you got, right? And so this is forward thinking and it's backward thinking, right? And it's not creational in the center thinking, So you're saying, let me get a sip. You're going into the past saying, this has worked, but you're only saying it worked because of where you're at now. So you're saying it worked as much as it got me here. And so I'm going to keep doing that stuff, right? Versus saying, in any case, this is what I'm going to do instead. And I'm going to go into the future. And in any case, you don't know how it's going to play out. So it's tradition versus what's the new word? I don't know. Generation, evolution, not evolute. You know what I mean? It's the new generation, right? So whatever that word is, So it's just like, hey guys, I haven't looked over here. What's going on? Balance, different opinions is variety in life, of the variety of life and way. Exactly. Like we need variety. That's what makes everything fun. But we're too busy trying to be perfect and trying to get it right and trying to, instead of just being our goofy ass selves. Because that's your funnest self. It always is, no matter what. I don't care who you are, how cool you are. I don't care what. Saying something goofy and being silly and being, right, whatever that is for you, wherever it's just, and when we do that more, we're gonna appreciate each other more. We're gonna laugh more with each other. We're gonna care more. This world and this whole concept and of it can't be fixed, or it's divided like this, or it's just like it's just when it's the idea of racism or sexism or anything. When do we get over it? Well, once we let it go. I don't have the answer of how everybody needs to do that, right? But I could probably get you there. So that's why I have this channel. Yes, thank you. Right. Because whatever it is that you got, I'm going to challenge it. And we're going to get to the center of it all. And you know where it always ends up with everyone I've ever worked with is it ends up being just 0 point energy. Just like, yeah, yeah, I thought I had problems, but now I realize I don't. Because what is the balance? What am I doing? What am I creating? All I'm doing is providing the yin to your yang, or the yang to your yin, right? And its efficacy is determined by how impactful it is for you, how much you learn from it, how much energy like no matter what I say, you know because then if you're finding people, oh, you just told me this and told me that, and you were so right on about this and right, everything, it's like, no, don't say that. No, they don't. We're just people. We're just channelers. We can't know everything. It's not possible. Not as these fractals. When it makes sense, but we know how to speak. We know how to talk, because when we're in the flow, we're not afraid to say things, to say, there's resistance where there is, and I did shout out to the resistance videos, where there is resistance, you are still scared, oh, I don't say much because people don't get it anyways. Okay, well then that's resistance. What if you just keep talking instead, and then maybe some of them will, so, I don't know. Like don't do it because it didn't work out before. Do it because right now in the moment, that's what you want to do. Do it because, and even if you have an inkling of like, oh, I would love to see world peace, so I'm going to talk about what I need to talk about, then do it. That's a good reason to talk. Of all people, famous, fancy, schmancy, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Talk, say what you got to say. It's going to help the world, right? Because it is your reflection. It's the difference between saying to yourself, well, the reason the world is the way it is because of all the people that are here and we created it this way. But then at the same time, as a soul, I decided to come here and then see what it was like and try to help it and try to affect it in a positive way. But then I'm just here too, and I'm a part of the energy. So I have to constantly learn, right? So it's like no matter where, no matter what, it's just giving your love and your heart in every moment. And if people don't understand that, then that's fine. But you need to understand that, why it's so important that you're doing what you're doing. If you ain't making no money for it, you ain't, that ain't the point. You're doing it because maybe, just maybe, this person who's behind me in line or in front of me in line, or something. I saw something funny happen, and it came to my awareness, so I mentioned it to them, and we cracked a joke. Might make their day. You know what I mean? Or it's when we value those things more than fame, some famous guy or girl, you know what I mean? That's when the world's gonna. We all talk about, oh, right? It's like you get involved in, yeah. I know it's important. I know, okay, yeah, but we still supporting. It's this merger. I talked about a merger probably like a long time ago on my channel, where there's a merger. It's merging the polarities, totally opposite. It's merging. It's gonna take time. But it like, oh yeah, I'm all for organic foods, blah blah blah, but I have to shop at McDonald's. Well, okay, cool. That's fine. Do what you got to do. It's fine. But by doing that, that's you supporting not organic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a judgment, but it's an awareness that we have to admit that, because nobody wants to be wrong. So we don't admit millions of things, right? We stay oblivious. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows politics is messed up, but whatever, I'm just gonna keep voting or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, what else are we gonna do? Well, I know, stop voting because they all suck. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? You're putting your energy into it. I don't know what I get. Let's create something else. Like what? A fucking constitution? I don't know. It's like, why is this so hard, guys? Because everybody's doing things because of other reasons. Period. Anyways, I don't want to go. This is going to get off track. I know. Whew. There's so many things to talk about, but we don't have to talk about any of them because people are still trying to get there. All roads lead to Rome. All roads lead to you just laying in bed at night, going to sleep. Stop trying to make it everything, or stop whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Communication is all we got between each other. Exactly. That's literally what everything is. Like, whatever you like, dislike, right, has to do with communication. If you like reading books, if you like watching TV shows, or if you don't, or if you like just going outside and not doing technology or something, or books at all, it's communication. It's still communication. It's just all different levels, right? And that's why we're all here to bring our truths. That's why everybody says, who works out says work out. Everybody who meditates says meditate. Everyone who eats healthy and feels good says eat healthy and feel good. It's just like, well, I gotta stop hating on everybody. I don't know. It's just a weird world. Okay, I'm getting off track. What we're gonna do, guys? Come on. Because the world, it's like I posted on too about Trudeau, talking about how, let's call it for what it is, guys. I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, if you cared about your citizens, maybe you'd listen to what they're all saying. But instead, he's going to talk about that they're all mental and they don't know how to protect what they want themselves. You know what I mean? Like this guy, this guy's mental. Either he's mental or he's full of shit. Right? It's obvious. And I'm done. I don't know why anybody needs to talk about these things. How can't you see this? Do you know how frustrating it can be living on this planet? Yes, I know, you guys know. Shout out. That's why we're here. We got to make it a better place. I know. We just got to keep talking. and don't feel bad. Call me, call Michael if you need to feel better about whatever, you know what I'm saying? I had to say some shit, right? And it went down, everybody freaked out. Well, give me a call. Don't worry, it'll be fine. You know what I mean? We all gotta get, it's if you look at the how the power within us all is increasing, the light is increasing, so we have this power in order to be able to do what we might be having to do here, guys, in the future, and actually have been doing our entire lives. Like I said in the beginning, right? That little tiny seed where it was like, hey, I got a good idea. No, you're wrong. Hey, I got a good. What about this in the world? No, you're wrong. Hey, what about we could make free drinking? We could make drinking water if we created desalination plants. No, you're freaking wrong. We only have 3%, 1% of water drinking left. We're all gonna die. Oh yeah, it's like, Columbus found America. Oh yeah, and I thought many of Americans were already here. No, shut up. You don't know when he found it, bitch. It's just like, how long is it going to take for everybody to wake up? Like, what I'm saying? Like, it's not about the fact, oh, well, they just got it wrong. They just said Columbus and he found, because, it was, written by, them. And so they wrote it their way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So again, we're back to point zero. So, it's funny because, or I get with people and then we don't want to argue. Sorry, I'm going off on my rants here. It's just because, everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got their thing. And so it makes me realize, right, that how about we have no thing? Nothing, and nowheres. And now here's, and we just slow down and we stop. Stop trying to kill people. Stop trying to, just relax. Stop trying to do all this stuff, make all this money. How about we learn to be nice to each other? How about we learn to feed each other? We help each other live here. I mean, hey, it's again, here we go. No, shut up. What are you talking about? Right? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not an expert. I'm sorry. I don't know how this works. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just getting a lot of this out. Like I said, I didn't want to go live today because I've just been thinking about all this stuff that's going on, It's just like, yeah, Groundhog's Day. Yeah, Groundhog's Day. Yeah, that's okay. What kind is this one? How can we influence this one? I don't know anymore. It's like, just keep talking. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. That's okay. We got to talk more, share more, everything. Because it's interesting, because people are going to go through the levels of my life is important. So what is important to me is important to me. And we're going to go yeah. Or I'm going to be like, yeah, no, calm down. We know your life's important. My life's important to me. It's, there's so many levels of so many things, and they're not wrong because people aren't wrong. Like we've all been there, you know what I mean? And that's what that's what we're all trying to come together on, is that we've gone through this stuff. We've gone through loss in life and family, friends, or, life situations. We've gone through this and keep going through it. So when are we going to, stop? Right? When are we going to say something? When are we going to do something? And that's happening now, right? Shout out to the world, man. They're kicking butt. The world, like I say, there's amazing things coming. But what I see from the collective so much is just its own reflections wanting to come back in. So let's talk about the good side of reflections, right? Your reflections are amazing. Your reflections are the things that are reminding you who you are and all of this and how to be and what you love and what you want to help with and what you want to do, this, again, it's some surface levels tension that everybody starts arguing instead of realizing that we're on the same page and we're yeah, ooh, excuse me, I'm upset. It's funny now, for example, with the jabby jab and the whole thing that's going on with the sicknesses and whatever, how now when I talk to people who I've talked to the whole time through, They're saying, "Oh yeah, no, I know, yeah, it's messed up what they're doing." So does that mean that okay, the world finally pushed too much, and now you realize it's they're kind of encroaching on freedom, like, or were you going to realize it in the beginning? Where am I going with this? Yeah, it's got to help me right now. And so, Groundhog's Day, yes, we know, but that's not the point. I'm not just talking about my groundhog, how it's like Groundhog's Day. Um, that it's the level it's a leveling off that people are going to come into seeing the truth, like this is how much it takes, um and this is why every single thing that you guys do helps, no matter what it is, no matter how much it works or doesn't work, whatever, it's always working, right? It's a reference of who you are, it's your reflection, you know. Oh, there we go, thank you. And as we are seeing the same things in the reflections, are we upset about the same thing, or are we upset about the fact that everyone's dying and you're the demon in the world because you're not doing what you need to do in order to save us all? You know what I mean? Like how, look how thick the skulls are of so many people in the world to get that plain is normal ass life-giving conscious thought, the truth, or or to believe that, like, wow, like it's like I could say that in like 19 different ways, like when are we gonna, it's funny that we're all, the world, we're getting locked down all over the world, and people are calling that freedom or responsibility. And they say freedom has great responsibility. Yeah, called not being locked down. It's like freedom's already been violated, but we're still going to talk about, the after. Like, no, you already skipped. You didn't pass level 1, dude. You got to go back to the start, and you can't even talk about freedom right now. I mean, some of these people out there, it's a joke, man. Holy moly. And that's what I think is interesting about the world too. We all grow up and we all, I won't say we all, most people, right? Hard knocks life, right? But then we can't even see it right in front of our face. Sorry, I'm just teasing. I gotta tease. I gotta make it fun. you know, Everybody's a boss, but you don't even think like a boss, because look at all these bosses that are running the whole world. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. You ain't even close. You ain't even close. Okay, well we're pulling Lemuria. Lemuria stood out. I'm gonna pull some cards, y'all. See what they have to say for us, for the collective, for the rest of the week. Yeah, the fairies keep coming. The fairies, and then we got Odin, but we want some Native American too. But we want some archangels. We want some. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, we're gonna do one of each of all you guys. For all the levels, we're gonna start with Lemuria. Just one. If you pop out 2 cards, I'm reshuffling you. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm not knocking on you. I'm not blowing on you. I'm not doing nothing like this. You're gonna do what? Give us 1 card for the week, okay? Right? Because we are creators, right? This is a good test. We'll see how well we can create with spirit. Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you do what I do," because we're spirit and we're consciousness, so we come first. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I was trying to, get a card. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just picking on them. Yes, we hear each other. Oh yo. All right, let's see. 1 card moving forward. What do we got for the collective for this week, starting on the Sundays? See how we call it week? It's not a week. It's a strong. I'm going to call them strong days. All right. Strong ends. Week. You guys are no kidding. That's why I don't participate. All right. Where we're going with the collective. What does the collective need to know? Come on. Come on with it. You need me to blow or to knock on you so you know how to work. The vibration is not here if it doesn't get knocked. 2 cards. What I say? Putting you back in, and I'm shuffling it again. So I'm just going to talk. We're going to talk. We're going to hang out for a second. At least. And that's the whole thing, though, is what we don't know, we're not supposed to know, and what we do know, we're supposed to know. And in our never-ending search to know everything, there you are, we get caught up in knowing that it's being guided, no matter what, no matter what we say. And the more you can look at life in a positive way, the more positive it'll be. Just period, right? All the fancy schmancy spiritual talk, right, that's out there, it's just the same thing that psychology says. It's the same thing that even body physiology says, like a physical trainer. Exercise your body, use your body, and it'll respond with happiness. It'll make you feel good. Awakened awareness. Shout out. Really, never seen this card. Of course, you guys would just go hard on my channel, right? Boom, that's dope. I like it. Awakened awareness, number 17, all day. Let's go right here. Beyond the veil, clearing distortion and illusion, awareness of what's running us subconsciously, communing with our God force, energetic sovereignty, growth outside your comfort zone, the collective awakening. Physical reality is the tip of the iceberg. The tapestry we see at surface level is just a fraction of what is going on beyond. Awakened awareness can take place when we start to look between the lines at recurring times, aspects, and symbols that gain our intuitive attention. These are keys to a hidden overarching plan and a greater weaving. This oracle speaks to the deeper nature behind all we can know with our eyes and minds. Also known as the matrix or the veil, once discovered, it is so easy to get lost in it. We are conditioned to be disoriented in our physical reality so that anything outside of it becomes unfathomable. Thus, we seek a framework that parallels the nature of the laws of this limiting place. And yet there is a lot more going on our awakening awareness. And our awakening awareness would like us to stretch our consciousness to grasp it. This awareness activates our intuitive system, helps us navigate what is true, and supports us in becoming more sovereign and empowered. We can become more ensnared in the matrix when we are lost in what is running us internally. Running away and or distracting ourselves may offer short-term relief or band-aid our subtle but deep suffering. Society is coated with a layer of conformity. The idea of that's just the way things are done roadblocks questions when things might be out of alignment. But as we step free and awaken, we gain a more holistic approach to consciousness and come to know ourselves more deeply. We can then take things into our own hands and make changes in the world, thus regaining energy, choice, and abundance that is rightfully ours. As we wriggle into the revelations of freedom, we can't help but awaken those around us. Wow, this friggin' card's on point. Holy crap. A single glimpse of the limitless eternal, and your life will never be the same again. When we directly experience the transient yet profound moment of existence, we can allow the constructs we have spent our lives believing to drop away. Our knowledge of the eternal doesn't leave us, although we may forget it. As we return to our humanness, we may use reasoning to write it off, or we may create whole religions around it in an effort to grasp and recreate it. It's fallen. When we look into the eyes of God, our consciousness raises so we can fathom the unfathomable. This expansive experience can never be boxed into words or intellect, but artists, poets, and musicians may be able to share, in a small way, the essence that helps us remember ourselves back into our true state. The portals into this experience are vast in number and form. For me, awakened awareness has come through deep meditation, ecstatic dance, and journeying with my Dharma. In essence, connecting with this element is about raising our vibration, getting out of our heads, and allowing our spirit to lead the way. When we walk behind the veil, we discover our true path. Our reason for being here is revealed in symbolic jigsaw puzzle pieces and synchronicities. The mysteries unweave and the paradoxes speak to a different part of us. Our affirmations are potent, our prayers are heard, and the medicine of life lessons, however strong and uncomfortable, is full of powerful growth. This is one of the elemental cards because without moment to moment awakened awareness, magic, healing, and affirmation cannot be deep or real way enough to actualize, or real way enough to actualize that. This not just imagining God, but seeing, knowing, and communing with the divine spark within inside of each of us. Divinatory meaning. This card is a reminder to wake up. There are many levels and stages of awakening. There is no on-off switch. Keep learning and putting yourself into situations where you can grow. Sometimes we do go back to sleep, so stay aligned with your inner guidance and find ways to remember to wake up. Do what you love to keep your vibration high. This is not about instant pleasure, but the joy that is substantial and sustainable. Eat healthy, keep your body active, and have life goals, but with enough space to hear the answer to your prayers. When our energy systems become blocked or need a cleanse, we can become drowsy to our vital nature. Energy clearing can help you recenter. Shadow work may also be needed if certain things are running your mind in a disempowering and distorting way. Find your unique way to connect to the divine inside you, not as an external seeking, but as a receptive allowing. Be inspired to see the questions at hand with a different perspective, and look between the lines for a deeper interpretation. Holy cow, I'm done forking me. That's the only card I'm pulling. That just would have, I got nothing to say. Show's over. All right, guys. Cool. Thanks for the card, Lemuria. Holy moly. I didn't know that card was in there. Dude, that's insane. Yo, appreciate it, B-Rave. Dude, that card. I'm done. I feel like I just channeled a whole bunch of stuff. I'm realizing, again, and that's the grounding. It's a grounding moment where it's just like, oh yeah, or the lucid moment where, where a kid realizes Santa Claus. Oh my God, right? Everything, my whole life's a lie. It's funny to me. It's cute, but it's that's a sobering. There, lucid. I said sobering ass moment, right? Some people are gonna realize, guess what? The government's been lying to you. What? No way. That's not possible. They would never do that. Period. So end of story. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks. Right, I'm glad that we got all that cleared up so we can keep inflating the currency, I guess. And we'll need a war, yeah, because it's either war or inflation, right? How did we get out of the Great Depression? War. Oh, okay, that was. How do we get out of the next war? Okay, that was. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I might just be a kid. I'm not an expert yet, but I got some ideas. Maybe make the world a better place. I don't know. That's what I like to call it and consider it. But. And that's what we do, guys. I'm excited. Don't worry, it's being done. There's so many of us. There is so many of us. That is one thing that I do know, but it's just a really long, drawn out process. Like, don't worry about how long it's going to take. And every time the energy's here and something new is going to happen, trust me, it is. It's happening. It's going to happen. It already happened. But now we got to see what's the effects of it? What's going to happen now that it happened? Well, effects. That's what's going to happen. So let's see what happens. Right. And on that note, all right, let's see what happens, guys. Let's keep going. Right? I think that sums up the show today. It's pretty much reflections. Yeah. See what happens. I know. Whatever. Closing thoughts. With spirit, right? Let's make sure. Excuse me. What we got? What you got? Saying, all right. The foundational existence. They're only giving me one word at a time, and goes beyond that which you are all trying to comprehend that you can comprehend. It's okay to be wrong. This is very important for you all, because everyone out there knows what's going on. But if they do get proved to be wrong, right, then it's like, oh yeah, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I don't know, how could I know everything, so, well, you just acted like you did. We got to stop with the polarity, right. That's for another video. Let's do a polarity one. Stopping the polarities, because y'all just argue in black and white, and that's easy to do. Trust me, Michael knows. I can argue. Give me a thing, and then I'll go on both sides, like all day, and then I'll go to both sides on the both sides. And people say this, they say that, right? Like, don't get caught up in what you're thinking. And yeah, don't get caught up, speculate too much, and then like add it to your life. Yeah, but you can think about things. Like, how do you think engineers or inventors like invent things? Like, they think about things, and then they think about, if I do this, what's going to, we love their inventions, right? I mean, so again, right, thinking too much, not thinking too much, again, shut up, go away, you know what I mean? To people who are, and I don't want to say dumb, okay, right, but like, to people who, because they're not dumb, they're just slower vibrational people, and they know their core, and they're very foundational, and they're slow. It's like a rock, right? Rock isn't dumb because it's a rock, and compared to like wind, who's blowing around all the time, and so they know stuff, right? Because they get around. So, I mean, we're just okay. I'm getting sidetracked. You gotta know the balance. Everyone will talk about the balance, but quit trying to choose a balance. Just be in the balance, right? Don't worry about the situation that has been orchestrated on another level, with you included, everybody else included, the whole event, the birds, even if it's just you walking down the street. Guess what? Coordinated. The whole event, the birds that are going to come by, everybody, whether it has to do with because of you or not, right? Self-importance. Where's that coming from? Doesn't matter that you're walking down the street, but they're going to be coming up to you. And then since you're there, just boom, boom, boom. So now what? I'm going to talk to some birds. I guess, right? Why not? I don't know, because they're here. Okay, cool. Why is everybody tripping? I don't know. They want to put me in a crazy sound. Why? Because I'm talking to the birds? Jeez. Yeah. I mean, hi, I'm 5. I only have all the ideas to fix the entire world, but we'll keep going with water droughts and whatever. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna end it there because there's really no ending of what to say, with all that. Like I said about Trudeau, like, clearly he cares about his people. Yeah, okay. That's why they stole the GoFundMe money. $9 million that they were sent, all those families that took off work and that needed to get supported. Oh, no. They're bad. They don't represent the country. Oh, okay. See, I want to go, man. I want to go. That's why I like sleeping, because I go in my dreams. I go to places that I can't go right now. So I hop on YouTube and start talking about stuff. So I love you guys. With that, all the love and the light and the world and everything, because guess what? It's here. It's already here. It's just waiting for you to say, you know what? That's what I want, and that's it. And nothing else is coming in. That's it. This is a secret. Everybody wants a secret to how to make your life, awesome. How to be protected. I'm protected. How to be healed. I'm healed. How to be whatever. I am. That's it. Say it. Because nobody else out here, number one, can even have your power connection. You have to say it for it to even happen for you. First of all, you know what I mean? And then number two, there's no other number two. You don't even need to go there's how many ways you got to, say it. Who cares? Be it, do it, live your life. Right. I think that's the big shout out. Reflections, right? Play with your reflections. Talk to the birds. Birds are reflection too. It's like talking to the wind, like I find myself thinking about something and then the wind will go, I'm like, yeah, what? That's what I think. So then what else are you going to do? And then it'll blow up again. I'm like, fine, and then it'll calm down for a minute. I'll be like, is that all you got? And like it's weird. It's weird. Start doing it, and it'll appear to your perspective. Because who's to say that somebody else looking at you over there is feeling the same wind? You know what I mean? They're probably not, or they're this, or you know what I mean? How much are we really in the same reality? But then, like I say, if you go to the northern hemisphere and go to southern hemisphere, right? So it's a reflection of you. And as you step into your power, it's how big is your aura, right? This is why they say one light worker can overpower or can, uphold the light for, however many people, blah, 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 right? Because you can do that. And you already are doing that. And that's where a lot of things are coming in that you probably, this, that, oh, it's energy. Oh, you're probably doing a lot more, right? Than you think you're doing. We all are. We're all definitely doing a lot more than we think we're doing, right? Like the beings that we are, like our purpose here, like there's always a lot more of why we're doing what we're doing, that we can never totally see, at least while we're here, I guess, right? While we're embodied, because we're embodied. That's why you see it when you come out of body, or when you have a dream, or when you meditate and you have to come out of body. Right? An out of body experience is a completely normal thing that we do all the time. Think about that, right? Astral projection. Yeah, listen, we all do it all the time. It's how we're in the body. We're projecting into this body right now. That's how we're here. That's why we go to sleep. You're quote unquote unconscious. Then you bring your conscious into here, and then you're right. It's easy. It's all easy. I don't know. All the experts. I don't know what to say. Okay, I love you guys. I was gonna pull one card from everything, but I think Lemuria kind of just like destroyed like everyone. Like I love all you cards, all you guys, but Lemuria is just, it's literally sitting right on top. I got 3 layers. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3 below it, and then I got 1 on top, and it's the Lemuria deck because I just used it. But yeah, Lemuria just blew it up. So we're going to leave it with Lemuria for this week. Remember, what was the card? Awakenness. What was it? Awakened awakens. Hold on. It's right on top. Awakened awareness, right? Okay. So your awareness is awake, but you're awake because you're aware. But that's why you're aware, is because you're awake. See what I'm saying? There's more in that I just said that even I recognize right now, but I get it. Because that's my life. That's where I live. I'm always getting stuff. Right? That's why all of us out there, shout out to all the truth sayers, because we see it. Shout out. All right. Bird's been a big thing for me. Yeah, man, me too. Like crazy. I literally was driving yesterday, 2 days ago, and all it was flocks after flock, all out on the road, to where I was like, why are you guys even out on the road? There's no roadkill. Like and I started paying attention. There's like nothing, but I literally like 10 of them, like 40 birds, right? Boom. And I drive past them, they go off, right? Then like literally 100 yards, 200, 300 yards, whole nother 40 more birds. And I drive through them. 40 more birds. Then I drive through them. 40 more birds. Like it kept happening. It was like 10 of them at least 10 huge ass flocks of birds, all within like this stretch of like, when I was driving, maybe like a 4 or 5 mile stretch, maybe 4, something like that. But it was just nonstop. And I'm like, what? Like, this is too weird. Like, why aren't you all back at the other one? Like, has something died every 100, 200 yards, that I can't see? Some of them were crows. So it was the murders, right? And it's funny because I was listening to a video talking about murders. Yeah, like birds. Yeah, I'm hitting the birds have been huge, sinking on me for sure. Lately, bird tribe is here. That means communication. So Yay. Don't worry, it's coming, son. Whew. It's coming. You know, and this is what I say with spirit too. Is just, you know, all the yin and yang and the snapback. I mean, what's it really going to be like? You know, because if we think of how it got here, I guess it was gradual over time, worse and worse and worse and worse, right? So we might go back into that, but I think we'll hit a point, right, where the down will stop and then the up will go, and then once that goes to the moon, I think we're gonna fly, you know, into the new, into love, into light, into stuff like this. But it's gonna take some time, you know. And once we live in a world where, like, you walk outside and we all actually know our neighbors, and we're all friends, and we're all talking, and we're all like, oh yeah, how's the kid, you know, and you don't have to look for a babysitter because, you know, one of your neighbors is like, you know, a couple houses, apartments down, whatever, and they'll watch your kid because, you know, they're not working today. Like, you ain't got to pay for child, or you ain't got to pay for daycare. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all, so we live there, and then, like, it's all good, you know. But like, it's gonna be easy after that, and that's the whole lesson too with this place is, you know, if it was all love and light, it would be easy, you know, and we want to be here and we'd be out of here. And I know that's what a lot of people would rather be, right? You know, myself included a lot of time too. But you know, we get to have this experience of our reflections, shout out reflections, right? And everything that we're here to experience. It's for you, man. It's for you. It's all for you, you know. And everyone who comes across your life, everyone who's involved in it, you know, giving them the greatest honor that you could give, right? Because they're involved in your life, right? Why? Soul contract, soul whatever, doesn't matter, right? Like, they're going to spend their time with you, and you know, and everything in life. It's but we could definitely use with some positive learning experiences. I think we've learned enough as a collective when it comes to the negative experiences. Oh, the negativity's here, so you know what you don't want. Yeah, listen, I could have just saw it on TV or on the ship and been like, guess what, I don't want that, but we signed up for it. And that's because it's already here. So, you know what I mean, you're hoping more than you know. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm actually getting hungry here. I'm gonna eat some food. So much love, much light. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.